Hey guys, what's going on? Drewsy here with yet another Destiny 2 video for the channel, and appreciate the recent addition to subscribers to the channel. Really appreciate the support that I've gotten so far. But today, as you of course can see in the title, we're talking about faction rallies. The second faction rally is near upon us here in Destiny 2. The faction rallies will be live from November 7th through the 13th here on console and on PC. So if you weren't present for the last faction rally, which of course if you're on PC you were not able to partake in the first faction rally, Dead Orbit won. So if you didn't watch my faction rally video from the first faction rally, I can post it here up above if you want to check it out. But with the new faction rally, there are going to be some new things, so some of the stuff won't be quite as relevant here, and this one will be more relevant as far as the information for this faction rally that's going to be coming on the 7th through the 13th. So the main thing that you're going to need to know is that, of course, Dead Orbit won last time, so the fear that I had was that the popular one from Destiny 1 was the victor here in Faction Rally number 1. So will a new one emerge in Faction Rally 2? I highly doubt it. I feel like it's going to be Dead Orbit yet again, unfortunately. As much as I tried to boost Future War Cult by myself in my, in my chances in Faction Rally, it was of course unsuccessful because I wanted the Pulse Rifle, but unfortunately we got the Scout Rifle that Dead Orbit got for the win. But so some new things have changed, as I'm going to be posting here right now, discussing the changes to Faction Rally, and it's more so the token system. So the token system is going to change a little bit here in Faction Rally number 2. So strikes are now going to be increased in the amount of rally tokens that you're going to get. You're going to get 5 to 9. That's up from 3 to 7. The Nightfall rewards now 10 to 18 over the previous, I don't remember what the previous amount was. I believe it was, I think it was 8 to 10, something like that. Completing heroic public events are now rewarding 5 tokens each instead of 8, and destroying enemy resources are no longer a way to do it, because there was a big way in destroying resources in Lost Sector areas in the first faction rally that a lot of people used to cheese getting tokens very quickly. Remember, you only get a 200 token cap as far as how many tokens you can get, and after that 200 tokens, there's basically no point in continuing on to get stuff. You're not going to get as good of drops in your faction rally drops in your packages from the tokens after 200. As far as I know, that is still the same. And then of course you can open loot sector crates to get 3 tokens each per loot, lost sectors. So a little bit different as far as how the token system works, but for the most part it is pretty much the exact same faction rally. There are going to be some new guns that are going to be added to the rotation, and I'll post each of them here. So we're going to start with new monarchies, new weapons. As you see, it looks like a sniper rifle, a hand cannon, a sidearm, and I would assume that would be an auto rifle there on the right hand side. Not 100% sure. They're not really talking about what specific guns they are, just kind of showcasing the different weapons. Future War Cult show next here. It looks like a submachine gun, a grenade launcher. I believe that would be a pulse rifle or a scout rifle there on the bottom left, and then it looks like a sidearm instead of a hand cannon there for Future War Cult. And then for Dead Orbit, it looks like another scout rifle, looks like a fusion rifle, an auto rifle, and a submachine gun are the new items that are going to be dropped. It doesn't look like there is any new armor or anything like that. The shaders are going to be the same as well for this faction rally go around, but there are new winning faction items. So the new winning faction items this time, the new monarchy, you'll get a sword. So here's what the sword will look like for new monarchy if new monarchy is able to win. I mean, do we really want a sword? I mean, is it going to be better than the raid sword, which is by far the better, best sword in the game? If you didn't check out my weapon breakdown, that video is also on my channel here. Please check that out to kind of know items that are really good within the game. For Future War Cult, fusion rifle is what the fusion rifle looks like. Not really huge on fusion rifles. Really, the Merciless is so good. Why would you want to use anything else? I guess in some other instances like PvP, you'd want to use a different one. Maybe this one would be better, but I highly doubt we'd find out, because we're never it's not gonna win. And the next one, and last but not least, Dead Orbit, a grenade launcher. I mean, do people really use grenade launchers other than in PvP? So why would you want this to win? It's gonna win. I know it's gonna win. I'm gonna be upset when it wins, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. It's up to you guys as far as what's going to win this time in the faction rally. So your winning things are a sword, a fusion rifle, and a grenade launcher. So it looks like they're going heavy this time, when I believe they went with primary items except for the sidearm in the faction rally 1. But it looks like all 3 are heavy items here, or power weapons, I'm sorry, for the for the winning faction thing. And again, it's 1,000 glimmer if you're in the winning faction that wins, or 50,000 glimmer if you're not in the winning faction. So just make one of each character in each of the different factions, and then you'll get it for 1,000 glimmer. I mean, I didn't do that. I didn't put a side for Dead Orbit, so I guess I'll throw my Warlock in on it this time. So, because my Warlock was the only of my 3 characters that didn't have a faction class that I chose. So, let me know what you guys think about the new Faction Rally updates. If you think this will be better than Faction Rally number 1. I personally like the new token system. I think it'll be a little bit easier and make it to where there'll be more diversity as far as gameplay. I mean, I've seen a lot of drop off as far as popularity in Destiny lately. I mean, it's 2 months roughly into the game as far as when it released, and usually at that point most people are already 305. Most people have almost everything that they would want as far as gear and stuff like that. I'm still missing a few pieces, the Orpheus rig to be one for my hunter, but so a lot of people really aren't as involved in Destiny as they were, of course, at launch. So maybe this will, bring some, popularity back and bring some people back. Obviously, the new DLC was announced as well, I believe, earlier this week, with the Curse of Osiris DLC that will be launching at the beginning of December. So in roughly about a month from now, when I'm making this video, that will come out as well. So I'm sure that will boost a lot of people. I know a lot of people will return because the light level will increase. There'll be new gear, a bunch of new stuff with that DLC. So we'll see how that turns out as well. But this was just more of a breakdown kind of the Faction Rally, kind of looking forward to what this new Faction Rally is going to be, and kind of see who wins again. I mean, it's probably going to be Dead Orbit, unfortunately for all of us, but I guess only time will tell as far as when this Faction Rally concludes. But until next time, guys, my name's Druzy.